All right, so it says determine the vertex of the following parabola by averaging the x-intercepts, then write the equations in graphing form. All work must be shown to receive credit. Okay, so we want to get, basically what we want to do is get this quadratic into this form. So a times x minus h squared plus k. Now, the easiest way is to complete the square, but they showed us a technique of averaging the x-intercepts to get the vertex. So it works, and I think it's good to know that you can do it. So the first thing, if we're averaging the x-intercepts, we've got to find the x-intercepts. So that means we need to solve this. So we're going to take x squared plus 3x minus 28 equal to 0, and we are going to try to factor this. And so we're going to get x squared and then minus 28. So minus 28x squared, 3x. So 1 times 28, 2 times, what is that, 1 and 4. And then 4 times 7. And these are our factors that we want. So because this is a minus, we're going to have a plus and a negative. This is positive, so this has to be positive 7x and minus 4x. So then x squared and 4x, we take the x out. So x times what gives me x squared x, and then this is 7. And then 7 times what gives me 28 is negative 4. So then what we get is x minus 4 times x plus 7 equals 0. So then we get x minus 4 equals 0, so x equals 4. X plus 7 equals 0, so x equals negative 7. So then what we want to do is we want to take the average. And some of you guys are like, well, why would you do that? Well, let's just think about this. If we were to graph this, this is negative 7 and this is 4, right? So somewhere in the middle is the axis of symmetry, right? And so what we want to do is find where the axis of symmetry is, and we know it's going to be in the middle. So oopsie, axis of symmetry. So that's why we add these together. So we're going to take x is going to be 4 plus negative 7 divided by not 3 but by 2 to get the average. And so when you do that, you get what? 4 minus 7 is negative 3 divided by 2. So now we get negative 1.5. Okay, so now you have a calculator. So we want to get what y is, right? So this is the x, and so we know the vertex is going to be at negative 1.5, and so to get the y value I just have to plug it in. So you get negative 1.5 squared plus 3 times negative 1.5 minus 28, and so y is going to equal, so now punch it in the calculator. So negative 1.5 squared plus 3 times negative 1.5 minus 28 equals, and so then I get negative 30.25. So this is negative 30.25. So now you just plug it into the equation and you got y equals a times x. So this is a minus, so minus a negative is plus 30.25 squared. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We want the h value, which is x, so this is going to be plus 1.5 squared, and then this is minus 30.25. Okay, so now when you look at this, we need the a value. Now, we have ways of getting the a value, but we already have the equation we're working with. What is the a value of the equation we're working with? Because that's not going to change, right? So it's 1. So this equation is going to be x plus 1.5 squared minus 30.25. And there is my equation in graphing form averaging the x-intercepts.